Before life, there was only violence. Dust, fire, collision. A young planet assembled itself from impact and ruin. For millions of years, Earth was not gentle. It was heat learning shape, stone learning patience, a world becoming possible. There were no forests yet, no animals, no breath, no thought. Only matter, pressure, time, and the slow formation of a planet that would one day learn how to live. Then, chemistry became hunger. Single cells drifted in ancient water. They divided, adapted, changed. Life became motion. Fins became legs, scales became fur. Instinct became memory. For a while, the system worked. Everything took, everything gave back. Predators hunted, but did not empty the world. Nothing stood outside the balance. Nothing believed it owned the whole. Then came the human. It spread across the planet like a thought becoming a fever. Building, burning, taking. Calling every conquest progress. The first lie was simple. Mine. A line in the dirt became a fence. The fence became a wall. The wall became a border. And the border became something worth killing for. They fought over land. Then over the stories they invented to explain why the killing was necessary. Oil became motion. Coal became light. Gas became comfort. And the sky slowly filled with the cost. They rarely called it what it was. Borrowed time. They cut down the lungs of the world and sold them by the foot. Food became industry, and abundance became another form of destruction. Then came convenience. Plastic around food, plastic around plastic, boxes inside boxes. Waste became normal. Excess became culture, and the planet became the receipt. Most of them were not villains. That was the genius of the machine. They sat in offices, answered emails, built charts, approved budgets, protected margins. Their days disappeared into fluorescent light and quarterly goals. More money, more growth, more proof that they mattered. They confused wanting with living and called the emptiness ambition. They consumed as if the earth were infinite. The systems that carried them began to fail, and still they kept taking. In the end, they built the means to erase themselves, then trusted fear not to use it. They called it deterrence, security, balance. But all it required was one failure, one order, one exchange, one afternoon of fire. After the fire came silence. Ash fell like snow, and for the first time in a long time, the human noise was gone. Roots entered the ruins. Animals returned to the places that once belonged to traffic. The truth was simpler than they wanted it to be. Every living thing on Earth survives by belonging to Earth. Humans were different. They took without restraint. They saw the damage. They had the tools. They just didn't love each other enough to change. So the Earth moved on. And the species that thought it was the point of everything became proof that intelligence is not the same as wisdom.